Hi everyone, I'll be showing how you can safely install Windows alongside Linux without overwriting your files, without breaking your bootloader, and without risking your existing Linux setup. If you don't prepare properly, it's very easy to lose data, so in this video, I'll show the exact steps to take. I'm currently running Linux Mint, and I'm going to download Windows 11. I'm going to search for Windows 11 download, and I'm going to download, scroll down, and then I'm going to download the Windows 11 disk image ISO for x64 devices, confirm, and a product language, English, confirm, and download. Once downloaded, go into your downloads folder, and now I'm going to mount it. Right click, open with disk image mounter, and we see here that it's been mounted. And then next, I'm going to open up Gparted, which is GNU Partition Editor. Now, if you don't have it, you can install it by going into the Software Manager, search for Gparted, and then install. Continue. And it's asking for my password, authenticate, and I'm going to launch it, put in my password. All right, and Gparted has started up, and Gparted will show all my disks and partitions. And on my computer here, I have 2 disks. So if I go to the top right, and then we see dev SDA, this is my 512 gig SSD, and then I have an NVMe drive, it's 240 gigs. And so on my SSD is where I have Linux Mint installed, and I'm going to be installing Windows 11 on my NVMe drive. And on my NVMe drive, I just have a single partition here, and it's my data drive. I just have some data on it. And so I'm going to be installing Windows 11 here. Now, I don't need to use the entire drive for it. I can just use some free space. So I'm going to make room for it. And now going back into my file folder, and so I've mounted the ISO here, and it's only going to be seen in Linux Mint. So if I reboot, it wouldn't be able to boot from it. So what I'm going to do is create a new partition on my NVMe drive and put the installation media contents on it and boot from it. So going back into Gparted, so there's my NVMe drive, right click, and we notice the resize/move option is grayed out, and that's because my partition is mounted. So I'm going to unmount it first. And now it's unmounted, and then I'm going to select it again, right click, go to resize move. And so the amount of free space that I'm going to allocate for Windows 11, I'm going to be using 100 gigs, and the installation media, it's about 8 gigs. So altogether about 108,000 megabytes, and then go to resize move. All right, and at the bottom it says one operation pending, and I'm going to hit the check mark to apply. Apply. And then close, and there's my unallocated space. And I'm going to create a new partition for the Windows 11 installation media. Right click new, and then the new size, this will be 8,000. File system will be NTFS, and then the label, labeled as ISO, add. All right, and we see the new partition there, and then going to apply, apply, and close. And now I'm going to mount this partition. So I'm going to open up a terminal, going to mount my partition into the mount directory /mnt. First, I'm just going to check to see if there's anything in it. All right, there's nothing in it. And now I'm going to mount it, sudo mount dev nvme 0n1 p2 into the mount directory. Put in my password, and it's mounted. And so going back into my file folder here, I'm going to copy all the contents, and then go into the mount directory, and paste. All right, it's been copied over. Going back into gparted. So this partition is now ready. Now, if you're installing Windows 11, most likely you are using modern hardware, so your BIOS should be able to detect and boot from this partition. Now going back into my first disk, my SSD, which is where I have Linux Mint installed, and there's an existing EFI partition seen here. In this case, it would have my Linux Mint EFI boot files that are loaded when my computer starts. Now during the Windows 11 installation, it will check to see if there's an existing EFI partition, and in this case there is, so Microsoft will use this partition. If something were to happen to this partition, or something were to happen to my SSD, then I won't be able to boot into Windows. In other words, Windows would be dependent on this partition on my SSD. Now, I don't want it to be dependent on it, since I'm installing Windows on my NVMe drive here. And when I install Windows 11, I want everything to be on my NVMe drive. So to prevent the installer from using this partition here, is remove the flags on it so that the Windows 11 installation won't use it. And then after everything is installed, I'll put it back. So right click, manage flags, and then remove the boot flag, which will also as well as remove the ESP flag, and it'll set the MSFT data flag. All right, so it has been set. And now I'm going to reboot my computer and go into the BIOS. And now I'm going to do a one-time boot into the installation media partition. It's labeled as UEFI OS, and how I can confirm that, go back into Linux Mint, open up a terminal, type in EFI boot manager, and then going to pipe it and grep for UEFI OS. And then next I'm going to copy the GUID, the globally unique identifier, and then type in block ID, and then pipe, and then grep for that identifier. And there we see that it's partition number 2, the partition that I had created, and the label ISO. So I'm going to boot into it. All right, it's booted into the partition, and we see the Windows 11 setup, and select your language, keyboard, next. And here at the select setup option, I'm going to use the previous version of the setup, and then I'm going to hit next, install now, put in your product key and hit next, or you can hit I don't have a product key and you can put it in later. And I'm going to be installing Windows 11 Pro, next, and I accept the terms, next. And it's asking for the installation type, custom, install Windows only advanced. Here it asks where do I want to install Windows, and so it shows my disks and my partitions. Drive 0 is my SSD, so this is where I have Linux Mint installed. And then drive 1 is my NVMe drive. So I have my data partition and then the ISO partition. And there's my free space. And so this is where I'm going to be installing Windows 11. And then next. And now it's going to be installing Windows. Now it will restart and it will likely go back into Linux Mint. So what I'm going to do is go into the BIOS after it restarts. So in my boot order, boot option number 1 is Ubuntu or Linux Mint. Then there's the UEFI OS, which is the installation media. And then there's the Windows Boot Manager. So when Windows is being installed, it's going to restart multiple times. So what I'm going to do is temporarily change the boot order so it boots into the Windows Boot Manager each time. And then save changes and exit. All right, it's continuing the installation. Now in Windows 11, they want you to use a Microsoft account, but I prefer to use a local user account instead. I don't want to use a Microsoft account, so to work around that, I'm going to hit Shift plus F10, and I'm going to type in OOBE /bypass NRO, enter. And I'm going to unplug my Ethernet connection. All right, and it's back, and I'm going to select the country or region, yes. Keyboard, yes. Second keyboard layout, I'm going to skip. Here it's asking for me to connect to a Wi-Fi network, and I'm going to say I don't have internet, and I'm going to enter in my name, next, and my password, next, confirm, next, put in my security questions. Here it's asking for the privacy settings. I'm going to turn off all of them. All right, and Windows 11 has been installed. Now I'm going to plug back in my Ethernet connection, and now I'm going to open up Disk Management, Start Disk Management. And so we see here disk 0 is my SSD. This is where I have Linux Mint installed. And disk 1 is my NVMe drive. This is where I have Windows 11 installed. And so there's my data partition, the ISO partition, the EFI partition just for Windows, and my C drive, and the recovery partition. Now the ISO partition here, with the Windows 11 installation media, I no longer need it, so I can remove it. Right click, delete volume, yes. And now I'm going to extend my data drive, so right click, extend, next, next, finish. Now if I were to reboot my computer, my boot order will always have it boot into Windows. Now I can go into the BIOS and change the boot order each time, but that would be too tedious. So I'll change it to load Linux Mint and then use grub, which is a bootloader in Linux, so I can select between Windows and Linux. So I'm going to go back into Linux Mint. Now I'm going to open up gparted. So this is what it looks like in gparted on my NVMe drive. So we got my data partition, the EFI partition for Windows, and there's the Microsoft Reserved partition, which we didn't see in disk management in Windows. And then there's my C drive for Windows, and there's the recovery partition. And now I'm going to go back into my SSD and the EFI partition for the Linux Mint. I'm going to put the flags back. So select it, right click, manage flags, and select the boot flag, and it'll automatically select the ESP flag as well, and close. And close. And now I'm going to open up a terminal, and I'm going to edit the default grub configuration file. So sudo vi etc default grub, enter, put in my password, and then I'm going to look for grub disable OS prober, and I'm going to hit the letter J, or I can use the arrow keys, and I'm going to go down, and so there's grub disable OS prober equals false, and now I'm going to remove the pound or the hash, so I'm going to hit X, and it's removed, and I'm going to hit colon WQ to write and quit, enter. So the change has been made. So OS prober will allow it to look for other operating systems, so in this case Windows. So if I do a sudo OS prober, and we see that it's found the Windows Boot Manager. And now I'm going to use grub make config. So sudo grub make config output to boot grub grub.cfg. Alright, and the file has been created. And now I'm going to reboot. Alright, and grub comes up, and I got Linux Mint, and there's the Windows Boot Manager. So I'm going to boot into it. Alright, and so it's booted into Windows. So that's it. That's how you can safely install Windows alongside Linux without overwriting your files. I hope this video has been useful, and I thank you for watching. Bye now.